Hey guys, I'm really sorry for the last minute notice, but my kids are sick. They have the flu, so I'm having to take off, which means you are watching this recording in lieu of our Class Connect session. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the slides with you, and I will share my screen with you in just a couple minutes. Today we are reviewing Nurturing Children, Family Roles, Communication, and Play. Our Class Connect norms, as always. We are going to talk about grades. So we do have our Spring Tech TGA that is due today, which that's what I'm really upset that I'm not with you guys today, but I will be addressing this on Thursday as well. We will have time to address this, so please do not worry about that. And then our unit test is on Thursday, and we are going to go ahead and review that. Our passing rate right now is a 50, so we're half and half. We really need to get that passing rate higher, and what you guys can do is to get that work done, and that'll be really helpful. Our objectives: we want to describe the role of children and families and how needs and responsibilities change over time. Identify parental responsibilities. When caring for children, explain the components of effective communication with children. Describe practices that support the development of children's imagination and creativity. And examine ways families support schools. And describe practices that support literacy development. Okay, so I want you to think to yourself, what was your favorite imaginative activity to play as a kid? I'm not going to lie, I loved playing Barbies. It was so fun. Roles of families and children. As children get older, the roles of parents and children change. When at 2 weeks old, babies really need to be nurtured and kept safe. They need to be held and spoken to stimulate brain activity. When they're about 6 months old, they need safety and structure, aware of their surroundings. Routines should be established. And when they're a toddler, when they reach 12 months, family provides safety and limits as they become mobile. They begin to understand, know, and should be encouraged to play alone with others. Then we have our roles of families and children. Toddlers at 3, the family provides safety and structure, including boundaries, become potty trained, enjoy playmates and short outings. They should be given some choices. At 6 years old, family and school provide safety and structure. Family should reinforce, value, and nurture self-esteem as children learn to become more independent. At 10, school and family provide safety and support. They can take on responsibilities such as household chores or taking care of a pet. School continues to be important. Relationships with friends become as important as those with family members. And then when they're 14, family provides safety, support, and independence. Independence can lead to parental conflict. Relationships with peers can overshadow those with the family. That is a test question. They can take on more responsibility. At 18, parents should offer support as a child makes decisions for themselves. Personal education and aspirations become more important than the peer group. And at 25 and on, family provides support and familiarity. Parents become advisors as opposed to decision makers as adult child considers taking on the role of parent and pursuing a career. And speak so they can listen. So young children, they don't always listen. The way you communicate with them can aid the process of listening. You don't want to give orders. You want to use a positive phrase, make a connection, make your requests brief, do not make threats, and do not ask a question if no is not an option, and keep the age of children in mind when repeating a request, or directive. And then communicating with children. So if you want to work through this on your little notebook or something, you can provide examples of those. And play so they can learn. So young children do learn a great deal by simply playing in an unstructured environment. This is also a test question. So it's very important for them to have that unstructured environment. And then we have this little activity that inspires creativity. So some promote creativity and some limit creativity. So you want to, go through these and think about it, right? So like musical instruments, generic dolls, pot and wooden spoons, blocks, puppets. Those all promote creativity, right? Because you really use your imagination. When you're using a coloring book, it kind of limits creativity because you're just coloring within the lines, just like a puzzle or board games and flashcards and so on. And then selecting toys. Television isn't a toy, and the AAP recommends that children under 2 do not watch TV. While board games and puzzles have a place in a playroom, toys that do not have rules and patterns promote imagination and creativity. And then families that support schools. So how can families support learning in these areas? A family routine, value hard work, reading and writing, and outside of school activities. Those are ways that families can support. Overscheduling, guys, it causes a lot of stress. The AAP report discusses that overscheduling of a child's activities as a source of stress in a kid's life. It can lead to depression, play a source of stress relief. The most useful character traits come from parental interactions, not extracurricular or academic activities. And schools that promote non-active learning strategies are more difficult for boys to navigate successfully. And what parents can do, choose an early childhood education program that includes time for unstructured play with resources, support a balanced schedule that includes academics, understand that children do not need to excel in everything, and story time, guys. It's so important to read to those kiddos at nighttime. And then of the following, which toy would you probably support? Which toy would you probably support the greatest design creativity? This is also a test question, right? So obviously Legos would support the greatest design creativity because there is no structure there and you just like use your imagination to make things. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our Tech TGA. So this is really important, guys. This is the ServSafe account setup. Remember, ServSafe is our IBC. That's our industry-based certification that you are earning, and that is going to also count as your final exam. So this is just a screenshot of the page, then the video, and there's also a video right here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to bring us to our homepage now. So as you can see, I just changed it up and I went to our homepage. So under the class plan, you can find the Tech TGA. I want to go right from our WAG because, you know, I like to use a WAG. And it says setting up your ServSafe account is important. First step in getting your food handler certification. It is required as your final exam. Okay, so start by going to login, create account. Okay, so when you go here, it is going to open up a window, which I already have an account, but you would go to create an account. Okay. And I'm actually going to play the 5-minute video for you guys because it'll be a little bit easier for you guys to follow along with it. But watch the video, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pause when needed to create your account, and then you are going to submit a screenshot of the dashboard banner with your name on it in the assignment drop box below. See right below here, that's where you're going to submit it. So here is the video.
For Semester B Tech TGA of creating a ServSafe account. It's really important to get this account created before we get to the ServSafe module. That way you're all set up and ready to enter your voucher code that will be released to you later in the semester that will give you access to the food handlers course and certification test. So we're going to get you all set up and ready to go. So the first thing you need to do is go to the servesafe.com website. I'll have this link close to the video, but go to this website. When you get there, you're going to see two options. You can either log in or create an account. Well, if you don't already have an account, you need to create an account. So click on create an account. This is really important that you use your personal email, not your school email. This is an account that you might want to access well after you've been out of high school to update your certificates or maybe get new certificates. And so once your account is created, you're going to want to access it for years to come. And once you leave K-12, you no longer have access to that email. So be sure to use a personal email. Enter your personal email and click submit. You're more than likely going to be asked to verify that email, so you're going to need to go to that email account and check your email for that verification code. Once you have that code, you're going to enter your code, then click continue, and then click go to my account. The next step is to complete your registration. So you're going to enter all your information about you that makes this account yours. You can ignore these first two toggles for now. We don't need those. You will need to enter your first and last name, the email that you used, verify that that's the email again, and then you are going to have to enter your address, your home address, your mailing address. That needs to be entered too. When you get to the part that says your role, go ahead and put student and then click academic student. Do you attend a school or other educational institution? Yes. Are you 18 years of age or older? If you are going to be 18 by the end of April, 1st of May, I would go ahead and say yes on this. If not, click no, I'm under 18. When you click no, I'm under 18, you are going to need to enter your parents' name and email just to kind of like show that they understand that you're doing this, that you're setting up this account, and that you're going to be taking one of the courses there. So you will need that information. After that, you need to create a password. So your password needs to be at least 8 characters long. It needs to have at least one uppercase letter, at least one number, and at least one special character. So you'll be asked to enter your password and then confirm your password, and then you'll click create an account. Now, it may ask you to verify your address. For me, it was just a matter of you know, capital letters or not, because like what the Postal Service has. So just check it over, make sure that it's correct, and then confirm or update that. Now, this is really, really important. Please write down and save your user ID and password somewhere. Now, your user ID is going to be the email that you use, but write down your password because you're going to need this again in March or April. Please don't rely on Chrome to save it for you. In the past, I don't know if it's a ServeSafe thing, but in the past, a lot of students have, Chrome has not saved their password for them when they thought that it would. So I wouldn't take the chance. I would write it down just in case to make sure that you are able to get in when we need to, when we get those voucher codes later in the semester. So it may, once you hit create your account, it may or may not take you directly to your dashboard. I've heard of some that it takes them to. I personally had to log in again. So if you get the login screen, just enter the user ID, the email that you use, and the password that you just created, and click log in. If you get an error message, wait 5 minutes, or you may want to close out the tab and then reopen the servesafe.com to log in again. You do need to get logged into your account to complete the Tech TGA to get what you need. So once you get logged in, go up to the top, you'll see a banner. You should see your name up there. It'll say welcome and then your name. Click the little down arrow caret thing there and go to your dashboard. The dashboard is what you need. So you should see a banner here that says welcome, your name, and then a little button that says student. This was my dashboard here. So screenshot your dashboard or take a clip of it with your name on it. This is what you need to submit to the Dropbox to show us that, yes, you did create your ServeSafe account and you're all ready to go. Now, do save that username and password and have it ready, but there is really nothing else that you need to do in the account until we give you further directions later in the semester. When we get into that ServeSafe unit and we we get access to our voucher codes and we get those passed out to you, then you can log back in, and the voucher code pays for your course, so you don't want to try to get signed up for the course before that voucher code, because then it'll ask you to pay for it, and we don't want that. We want the school to pay for it. So be sure just to save that password, and you should be all set to go. Submit your screenshot to the assignment box, and we will see you in Class Connect. Have a great